Hello, guys. The coronavirus epidemic plenty posed an exceptionally serious global problem. In a few months, it has spread from China to more than 210 countries, affecting more than 1.6 million people so far and causing more than 100,000 deaths. As we are here with minute by minute updates from around the world, experience the advance of COVID 19 in real time. News alerts, huge headlines, social media hysteria. There's a risk that we might lose some essential context. Yes, this virus is obviously a massive challenge medical, political, social, and economic. But it is worth remembering the world has never been had better tools to fight it, and that if we are infected, we are unlikely to die from it. Top 10 reasons why not to panic about the coronavirus. Number 1, we know what it is. The first case of AIDS was described in June 1981 and took more than 2 years to identify the virus, HIV, causing the disease. With COVID-19, the first case of pneumonia were reported to China on December 31st, 2019, and by January 7th, the virus had already been identified. The genome was available on day 10. We already know that it is a new coronavirus in group 2b, of the same family as SARS, which had been called SARS-CoV-2. The disease called COVID-19, it is thought to be related to coronavirus from bats. Genetic analysis has confirmed it is a recent natural origin between the end of November and the beginning of December, and that although viruses lose by mutating, its mutation rate may not be that very high. Number 2, we know how to detect the virus. By January 13th, 3 days after the gene sequence was published, a reliable test was available, developed by scientists at the Department of Virology at Berlin's Charité University Hospital with help from experts in Rotterdam, London, and Hong Kong. Number 3, the situation is improving in China. The strong control isolation measures imposed by China are paying off. For several weeks now, the number of cases diagnosed every day is decreasing. A very detailed epidemiological follow-up is being carried out in other countries. Outbreaks are very specific to areas, which can allow them to be controlled more easily. Number 4, catching it is not that easy. If we are careful, we can kill it quite easily. Frequent, careful hand washing, as we all know, is the most effective way to stop the virus being transmitted. While a solution of bleach will disinfect surfaces, to be considered a high risk of catching coronavirus, you need to live with or have direct physical contact with someone infected. Be coughed or sneezed on by them, or picked up a used tissue, or be in face-to-face contact within 2 meters for more than 15 minutes. We're not talking about passing someone in the street. Number 5. In most cases, young people are at very low risk. Children seem barely affected by the virus at all, and the mortality rate for under 40s is about 0.2%. The rate rises in the over 65-year-olds, reaching nearly 15% in over 80-year-olds, especially those with pre-existing heart or lung conditions. Calculating mortality rates during an ongoing epidemic is hard because it's not clear how many mild or asymptomatic cases have been tested for. But the best estimate we have for the coronavirus so far is 1.4%, somewhere between the 1918 Spanish flu and 2009 swine flu. Number 6, 87% of cases are mild. According to the study of 80,000 confirmed cases in China, 87% of cases are in mild condition, 14% of patients had symptoms described as severe, and just 13 were considered critical, with about half of those resulting in death. Only 3% of the cases concerned people under 20. Number 7, people recover. Much of the reported data relates to the increase in the number of confirmed cases and number of deaths. Most infected people are cured. There are 13 times more cured cases and deaths, and that proportion is increasing. Number 8, science is on it globally. Type COVID-19 or SARS-19 in the search engine of the U.S. National Library of Medicine's PubMed website, and you'll find, I've put down the link in the description, barely 5 weeks after the emergence of the virus, 539 references to papers about it, dealing with vaccines, therapies, epidemiology, diagnosis, and clinical practice. That's an exponentially faster publication rate than during the SARS epidemic. Lopez Golding notes. Most publications, coronavirus articles are free to access. Number 9, there are already vaccine prototypes. Our ability to design new vaccines is spectacular. There are already more than 8 projects underway seeking a vaccine against the new coronavirus. There are groups that work on the vaccination projects against similar viruses. The The vaccine group of the University of Queensland, Australia has announced it is already working on a prototype using a technique called a molecular clamp, a novel technology, which is one example that can allow vaccine production in record time. Prototypes may soon be tested on humans. Number 10. Antiviral trials are underway. Vaccines are preventative. Right now, the treatment of people who are already sick is important. There are already more than 80 clinical trials analyzing coronavirus treatments. These antivirals have been used for other infections, which are already approved and we know are safe. One of those has already been tested in humans is remdesivir, a broad-spectrum antiviral still under study, which has been tested against Ebola and SARS/MERS. Hope you guys got useful information. If you guys have any questions, put it in the comment box below.